Hello Shemai and welcome back to the Director of Football Challenge with Swansea City. And as you can see by looking at the screen, we're on the transfer screen, which means it's the end of January, it's the 1st of February in game. And one player of note has left the club, and that is Jordi Amat. We have a fee of 5.5 million, possibly 7 million for the guy who was worth 6.7 million, but apparently since he signed for Lazio, he is worth 8.5. I wasn't playing him, and obviously I don't have a say in the transfer, so Lazio came in with a pretty hefty bid, and we said yes. I was a little bit worried at that point because we were looking a little bit thin, but no worries. The director of football, Mike Rigg, did very well in bringing in Bruno from Real Betis, a decent Premier League quality centre-back who's definitely going to be some good backup, so we're not going to have to worry. We're not thin in that position anymore. And we did bring in Harry Winks, as most of you will probably know who this guy is. Good backup midfielder to come, probably going to be ahead of Leon Britton in the pecking order on the subs bench, but he's come in. He will be on the bench for today's game. And since last episode, it's been a little bit up and down. Last episode, we were on cloud 9. We just beaten Man City 1-0, and we were going into a very, very tough run of fixtures, and it did prove to be quite tough. The game against Southampton was quite fantastic, really. A 2-1 victory against them. 89th minute winner from Andre Horta. His first goal for the club and his only goal so far. Following that, we lost 2-1 away at Chelsea. We didn't expect to get anything from this, and we did go 1-0 up, but we didn't really deserve anything from the game. Same could be said again for the game against Man City. 20,000 people saw us lose 2-0, and it was a pretty awful performance all round. We did beat Sheffield United 1-0, so we are into the 5th round of the FA Cup, which is against Millwall, which is quite a kind tie, so hopefully we can get into the quarterfinals there. Today we are playing Hull, who are bottom of the table, so we're hoping for a comfortable victory today. We sit in 10th, still pretty poor goal difference from where we are on the table, but as you can see, we're on the same number of points as Sunderland and Everton, so a win today could see us rise as high as 8th, back to where we were before. So if we look at the team for today, then we have Fabianski in goals. Unfortunately, Cal Norton picked up a yellow card last game, and that was his 10th of the season, so he is suspended for 2 games. So it's Pedro Pereira at right back, Alfie Mawson and Federico Fernandez in the 2 centre-backs, Martin Olsen at left back. We're sticking with our 4-4-2 diamond, so it's Jack Corkin holding midfield, Andrea Horta on the right-sided centre midfield, as well as Ki Sung-young partnered him. Gylfi Sigurdsson behind the 2 strikers who stay at Borja Baston and Fernando Llorente. They've both been at some average form. If you look where the goals are coming from, it's Sigurdsson, Baston and Llorente really all kind of sharing the burden. I'd like to have someone who's scored more league goals. If you look, Gylfi Sigurdsson scored all 8 of his goals in the Premier League, so he is our top scorer, and it'd be nice to see Fernando Llorente and Borja Baston hit some second half of the season form. But as you can see, Hull, their last few fixtures, they've been absolutely battered. So if we don't win today, that will be very, very worrying. Hull are at 10-1 to win the game. That is how bad they are doing. They're 5 points currently into the relegation zone. They've only won 3 games all season. One of them just happened to be against Chelsea, which is quite surprising. We do have Bruno and Harry Winks on the bench today, so they could get their debuts. I don't want to take anything for granted. I know this should be a win, but at the same time, you don't want to take anything for granted and get complacent. So the players are going to go out there. They've just got to concentrate and make sure they don't make any silly mistakes, and the win should come, really. Borja Baston has been injured in the first 5 minutes, which is not good. But Jordan Ayew, who is now back from the African Cup of Nations, I didn't actually check how well he did out there, but he's back in the squad today, and he's obviously getting a good run out because Borja Baston's been injured in the first 5 minutes. Pereira loses the ball. It's been hoofed up to Jelavic. Inside to Evandro. Markovic has got a hell of a lot of space there. And Abel Hernandez with the poor head in the end straight up at Fabianski. But there was way too much space at the back there. Judging by the tiredness of Jack Cork and Andre Horta, I think there's a good chance that Harry Winks will get his debut today. It's quite a poor performance so far. I want to send them out second half, make sure they're concentrating and not getting complacent. Fernando Llorente has played very poorly so far. And Jordan Ayew kind of feeds off that partnership with the opposite striker, so hopefully that Fernando Llorente can pick himself up a little bit in the second half and do a bit better. But there's a free kick for Hull here. Vandra with the ball in, goes to the near post, it's headed away, it's still there though. Maguire out wide to Davis, Pedro Pereira intercepts. Here we go, we got a free kick here. Ki Sung-young on the ball, he loses it to Ndai. It's a really poor effort on his behalf. Fernandez intercepts it. We've got the ball back with Olsen to Andre Horta, starting another attack. Jordan Ayew's out in the wing. Can he get it into the box? He can. It's hit the post, and I thought that was in. Llorente has just hit the side netting, I think. He should have done a lot better there. Martin Olsen's also having a pretty poor game today. We're going to bring off Jack Hawk, who's quite tired, and give Harry Winks, no. We'll put John Tanyaga on as a defensive midfielder. Get him on support. Help out the other midfielders. We've only got one substitute left. I don't really know what to do. The ball goes in from Markovic. Just a corner. Fabianski gets it. Can we launch an attack from Fabianski with the ball now? We need a big kick. It is a big kick. We have got the ball. It's over the top to Andre Ayew. Oh, I'm living in the past. To Jordan Ayew, and it's a really, really poor finish. He doesn't challenge the keeper very much at all. We may have another chance here. Sigurdsson with the ball in. It's Llorente, and the highlight just ends. I think we're going to take off Andre Horta. And we're going to bring Leroy Fer on. We're going to switch him to an attacking playmaker. We'll put him on support, actually. We'll put Gylfi Sigurdsson on attack to see if he can support Fernando Llorente and Jordan Ayew. We're going to switch to attacking because we can't not win this game. They're bottom of the table. They've lost 6 games in a row, I believe. And we're into the last minute now, and I don't think we're going to get 3 points from this game. Mason with a free kick to Grzycki. It gets blocked, but we're into the last few seconds now. I'm assuming this is going to be the end here. We've drawn 0-0, which is a pretty disappointing result considering the form we've been in and how well we've played all season. It takes us up to 8th because Bournemouth and Sunderland... Actually, no, Sunderland and Everton lost, so we are up to 8th. We have Bournemouth next, actually. But, Borja Baston's up for 3 to 4 weeks, so lucky Ayew is back. Apparently, he needs a rest. So maybe next game we're going to struggle for strikers. But that was quite a disappointing performance. We really, really should have won that game. And if we did, we could have put pressure on Southampton in 7th. But we're still very, very comfortable where we are. And if we could finish 8th at the end of the season, I would take that right now. I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any tips or comments, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.